me. So good morning, afternoon, noontime. I'm Trish Christensen. I'm President and CEO of the Modesto Chamber of Commerce. Really happy to have some returning faces and a couple new ones with us today. And I'll just do a simple plug. Really appreciate our presenter today because he's filling in for us, and it's kind of been an interesting ride this week. So as I go around, I'll ask you to introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, where you work, what you do, and how you are feeling about the COVID scenario that you are or are not experiencing this week, because it's been an interesting story day by day this week. So with that, I'm going to go to John.
Oh, there I go. So John Valines, I am with the Modesto Gospel Mission.
How are you guys faring this week with Omicron?
We have several buildings and units set up that we have people in quarantine that have tested positive, but it's almost like normal now. So,
Totally.
but so far everyone's doing good, just mild symptoms, those that are sick. So
awesome. John's also one of our board members. Happy to have you here with us today. Thank you. Anthony, I'll go to you. Anthony, are you able to introduce yourself? We will come back. Mr. Isaac, you look like you should be in a radio booth.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Sorry about the flickering.
It's okay. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. George Isaac. I'm the sales director for Repsco. We're a manufacturer of slip sheets here in Modesto.
And are you guys all together? Are you being very impacted by Omicron this week?
No, not really. I mean, our office space is pretty big here, so we're separated. We have the continuing challenges, as a lot of you do, with staffing. So that's been a kind of an ongoing issue for us.
Right. Anthony's having audio issues, but he is here with us. Hello, Brianna. How about you?
My name is Brianna Gonzalez. I am the district representative and grants manager for Congressman Harder. I'm happy to be here. In terms of COVID for us, I feel like I've been living in a COVID bubble all month since the beginning of January. I got COVID and then my son got COVID. So we're both still quarantined and haven't left the house since the beginning of January. So it's been a thing, but luckily we have technology and we can still meet each other even though it's not face to face.
Right. With that, I have to go to Jolene because she has a similar story.
My name is Jolene. I'm here from the Modesto Chamber of Commerce and the California Green Business Network of Stanislaus. As far as COVID, it has taken out, a couple of my kids have been really sick. One of my kids has for sure tested positive, and I've just kind of assumed we're all positive and been in the house for 2 weeks.
She's a champion. She's a single mom of 5, and so she's just riding this very patient wave over the last couple of weeks to keep everything afloat for them.
Right.
So, appreciate all her effort. Thank you. And Valerie.
Hi, everyone. My name is Valerie Thorson. I'm the Deputy Director of the San Joaquin Valley for CalStart, which is a nonprofit that works in helping folks electrify fleets, and we're working on pushing the technology for zero emission vehicles, and mainly focused on medium and heavy duty, at least for my part. As far as COVID is concerned, and Omicron specifically, we've been kind of holding on strong. That some of our staff have in Southern California have gone through some bouts of COVID, but I work virtually and remotely, so I'm lucky enough that I don't have to go into an office in these times. But yeah, holding strong and really crossing fingers, because you never know these days.
So true. They're so true. Michael, would you like to introduce yourself?
I think I'm the only Michael, and normally that's not the case. So I'm Michael Strong. I'm with Green Tech Facility Services. I'm the Chief Technology Officer and Business Expansion.
Thank you for joining us. Laura. You're still muted.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm an online art gallerist here in Modesto, and I like to have events, and Omicron has just wiped out the possibility of having any events except on Zoom. And so I'm hoping that in mid-March, maybe I can start having them again. And Omicron pretty much wrecked my Christmas holidays. My relatives got sick with it and I couldn't go visit them. So yeah, I'll be glad when this Omicron is past. And I'm thankful that it's pretty much not so deadly this time around. And I'll pass. Thank you.
Thank you. Casey?
Oh, I think I'm off mute. Yeah, hey team, I'm Casey Hogue. I run Serotonin Creative Consultancy. We are a marketing and advertising firm that actually works with companies to either amplify all of the amazing work that they're doing, excuse me, in terms of sustainability and corporate social responsibility. And if they aren't doing those things, then we help them get on track and on the right trajectory. My team is 100% remote. Few people in Modesto, but really a few have had Omicron over the past months, but actually everyone's doing all right now. So we're knocking on wood. We're hanging in there.
Nice to hear. Thank you. Jeff.
Hey everyone, happy 2022. I'm Jeff Pica, Environmental Manager for Blue Diamond Growers. Yeah, 2022 is pretty much a carbon copy of 2021 as far as COVID and what's going on at our facilities. You know, pretty consistent stream of folks, you know, taking time out to quarantine and get better. Nothing serious, thankfully. But we're also maybe even more so impacted just by, you know, the great job migration. A lot of people changing positions, leaving the company, moving out of California. So that's been a real challenge for us lately.
I think you're alone in that, so thank you. With that, I'm going to hand it off to Frank Farrell to introduce himself. Frank, are you going to be screen sharing at all today?
No.
Okay, let me stop screen sharing and then I can refocus.
Wait, I apologize. Before, you know, I beg to differ. I cannot be introduced until Judy introduces herself. I apologize.
Oh, I'm so sorry. She snuck in and rearranged. I missed her.
She's my sister from a different mister. So.
No problem. Thanks, guys. I am Judy Nodley, and I serve as the Ombudsman and Small Business Liaison for the California Air Resources Board.
And it's so nice to see you today. Thank you for joining us.
You bet.
All right. Now, Frank, floor is yours.
Well, see, that's why you want to stay on Judy's good side, you know, so you make sure, you know, you give her platform, you give her space. I'm kidding. Hey,
a wonderful person, yes.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Frank Farrell. I'm the Program Public Policy Director for the Greater Stockton Chamber of Commerce. And Green Team San Joaquin is one of our programs. And so we've been doing that for, I guess, 2 decades now, since like 2004. We started with our program. And it's a lot of an assortment of sustainability programs all in one. Matter of fact, I got to plug something. I am hiring. I need a sustainability and equity coordinator. So I know. No, I'm just putting it out there because you have a lot of people online who may. I share your pain, Blue Diamond, about people. You can't get folks to apply for your jobs. So, but anyway, so I've been at the chamber for about a quarter of a century, about 25 years. So it's been a lot of fun, as Trish can tell you. It's working for a Chamber of Commerce is a hoot. There's always surprises and peaks and valleys and a lot of parties, you know, and all that good stuff. But I wish I would have known about chambers when I was going to grad school. I would have been fat and happy, if I get all the mixers, to jump at all the mixers that were going on, I would have been able to eat, get those meals that I needed to eat while I was going through college. And just so you know, for full transparency, John Valines and I went to undergrad at Stanislaus State together. And, actually I have a picture of him during commencement. He was sitting right next to me. And so we took a picture like this, so it was pretty cool. So I kind of, George Isaac and we go back about a decade as well. So I get to know a lot of people in the area. If you're working for an organization for like a chamber, for so long, you get to know everybody. And that's one of the benefits of being a member of the chamber. I hope everyone online is a member of the Modesto Chamber. So if you're not, well, we'll get you, Trish will get your name, and we'll be following up with a phone call after the meeting. But anyway, we are moving right along. I'll give you my COVID story. 14 October, I got Delta variant at a chamber event, keeping it in the family, so which was my birthday is when I got it. So what a birthday present, huh? So I had like 14 days of being waited on. So it was like an extended birthday, all my meals were being brought to me and left at my doorstep. And it was remarkable. But just recently, my daughter got her tonsils taken out, and she got COVID from the hospital. So she brought that home and gave it to my wife. And so my wife, those two had it. And then my son just got it last week. So we've been a COVID New Year already for us. So but you know what? It is what it is. We improvise, we adapt, and we overcome, which is the way of a chamber as well. That's all we do, right? So we started our program off with our green team back in, I think it was like 1999, when we took over the Recycling Market Development Zone program for the county. It was being administered by the county and the city of Stockton at the time, and RMDZ, if y'all familiar with it, right? It's AB 939 back in 1989, established 40 zones throughout the state of California. Stanislaus has a zone as well. When I came up to Stockton, I used to work for SCEDCO, which was the Stanislaus County Economic Development Corporation, right across from the street from where the chamber is. And I ran the Recycling Market Development Zone program out of SCEDCO as a business development director for all the smaller cities in the county, and then also Merced County. I did both counties, both zones, which was a lot of fun. And so that's how I got my start in the green business industry. So when I came up to Stockton, they say, "Hey, Frank's up here. Let's have the chamber do it." And so we're the first chamber to run the Recycling Market Development Zone in the state of California. And so we did that in partnership with the county and the cities, and never looked back ever since. And what the RMDZ does is it pushes for recycled content, value-added manufacturing, kind of what George is doing with Repsco. What they're doing over there, that was the primary focus of the RMDZ, is to something that used to go to the landfill is repurposed back into a product and then sold on our open markets. If you haven't gone to Repsco, folks, go check it out. They're up at the ammo facility in Riverbank. Awesome product. There's your plug, George. Okay, he's also a member of our chamber too, so I got to take care of him as well.
Thanks, Frank.
We're so the RMDZ program was the foundation, and so we started to develop other programs, that supported our sustainability and recycled content value-added manufacturing. So what we did, we started doing a lunch at the landfill, Austin Road landfill, where we actually went to the landfill. I had lunch out there to kind of talk about the additional amount of tons of material that goes to the landfill during the holiday season, from presents and all that stuff. And we also turned it into a fundraiser for the Child Abuse Prevention Council of San Joaquin County, which will bring a new unwrapped toy, for the Child Abuse Prevention Council, and that was your ticket in to the lunch. And then we bring in a keynote keynote speaker like maybe Heidi Sanborn, or someone from Cal Recycle to come in and kind of talk about what the challenges are with trash going into the landfill that time of year. So it was a win-win-win for everybody. People got a good meal. It's actually, just so full transparency again, we didn't, there wasn't enough roadkill to go around at the landfill. So we had Angelina's come in and cater the lunch for us. But so we did the RMGZ, we did the refresh the lunch at the landfill, and we also did our Rexpo, which is the recycling exposition. Just kind of got recycling exposition kind of squeezed together. It became a Rexpo, and it actually we've had about 17 or 18 of these Rexpos so far, and it's become kind of renowned throughout the state of California. Everybody knows what the Rexpo is. That's in the industry, because we've invited tons of people in the sustainability field to present what's why we got to stop with our linear economy and get more into a circular economy, and what we can do as a business community to make that happen. You can only be regulated so much, right? But it's the business community needs to make that switch, that paradigm shift in their heads and in their operations to really make sustainability and a circular economy work. So we did a RMGZ program. We had our Rexpo, our lunches at the landfill, and right now we're engaged with the state of California for the circular economy. We just had a huge bin summit, which bin is everybody knows what a recycling bin is, right? That blue bin inside your office. Well, bin stands for something. It stands for build infrastructure now. And it really emphasizes building the infrastructure we need in the state of California to accept more recyclables as feedstock into the manufacturing process. So we had a big bin summit, which we partnered with the state of California, Cal Recycle, and Rachel Wagner, the director. We to kind of discuss mechanisms and ways that we all can go forward with a circular economy. As you know, the governor of the state of California, he signed 7 bills at the end of last year to support the circular economy. So all hands on deck right now. That's our big emphasis. It's going to be the emphasis at our next Rexpo, which I'd like to partner with you, Trish, and your green team with the Modesto Chamber to do a Rexpo on the circular economy. And so we always tag our program. So we're going to call it Rexpo, the circular economy. That's how we roll. But anyway, it's a catchy thing. So we're going to have that. We don't know if it's going to be via Zoom or in person or hybrid. It may be a hybrid. We're trying to get the Ellen MacArthur Foundation to be our presenter, our keynote presenter. So we're still working through the details. We're looking at the second or the third Wednesday in March to have this. So stay tuned on that, and we'll give you more detail on that. Just a little background. I do serve on the board of the California Green Business Network, which Jolene and Trish, you guys have your green certification program down there. I'm also the board chair of the San Joaquin County Economic Development Corporation. So all these things are kind of intertwined, right? Everything complements each other thing, and so we try to express sustainability, and not only that, but also diversity, equity, and inclusion in all of our programs at the chamber. And so if you look behind me, that's our guide logo, which is behind me. It's GUIDE stands for growing unity, inclusion, diversity, and equity. for our business guide. So, so we're trying to, all of our programs at the Chamber, like much like the Modesto Chamber, complements each other program. So you're not just doing several different things with no direction. So, any questions so far?
Did you say the Rexpo you're targeting is the second Wednesday, so March 9th?
Yeah, probably March 9th or the 16th. It depends on the availability of a couple of my speakers on that.
Okay, we'll need to connect soon on that.
Yeah, we will. We'll connect the week of February 4th or February 2nd. We'll talk.
All right, sounds like a plan.
But so and we also have a obviously a certification program in our area as well, where we are out there all the time trying to get businesses certified. It being consistent with our guide program, our goal is to have 60% of our green certifications be BIPOC businesses. So, which is very, very important for us. Also, we have a AB 617 area, which Judy, do you want to talk about what 617 is about?
Sure. AB 617 is called the Community Air Protection Program. And the Air Resources Board has designated at this time 15 different communities that are involved in the program. They have a steering committee that consists of a business owner. There's got to be a business owner on each steering committee. And the intent is to develop a community emission reduction plan by getting input from the residents. Community-based organizations are very involved. They get money from the state to develop their plan, and then depending on the actions and what they're planning to do, everything from, for example, installing EV charging stations, maybe having a car share program, to sustainability community actions, you name it. And in their plan, they describe what it is they want to do to reduce GHGs, and then they also receive some funding. At the end of the month here on the 27th, at our board hearing, new communities are going to be brought to the board to be included in the program. As I said, we've got 15 already, and my guess is we'll probably add 2 to 3 more.
We're perfect. Thank you. And Judy, thank you very much for the $1,500 rebate. I just bought a Tesla and I got $1,500 back from you.
There you go.
Yeah, Judy signed the check and everything. So that's pretty cool. No, but and also you get a rebate from the San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District of $3,000 when you buy an electric vehicle, which is pretty cool if you think about it.
Well, and on that note, Frank, if folks listen to the governor's budget, proposed budget here recently, there's going to be quite a bit of money coming into these programs for transportation, for clean transportation and clean equipment. And so I encourage folks to go out and sign up on some of our listservs. So when that money is available, some will be available through us, some will be available through the local air districts. But this coming year is probably going to be an unprecedented year for financial incentives. So want to make sure businesses are in a position to receive some of that funding.
Well, great. Valerie, do you have anything to add to that? Because that's your bailiwick.
Yeah, it's right up my lane. So CalSTART administers HVIP, which is a program for heavy duty vehicles. That's incentives for school buses, for trucks, for, we also administer CORE, which is for off-road equipment. So a lot of the ag folks will be, if we now have ag within that, and I've really been pushing for some of the equipment there. So we're bringing in ag equipment that vouchers there, but I can send an email that can be circulated so I won't take up too much time. Thanks, Frank.
Hey, you're welcome. See what happens when you get called out earlier in a presentation. I try to be as inclusive as possible. See, See, you walk the walk, you talk the talk. But we're just trying to do everything we can. We all have kids, sick kids right now, but we're trying to leave a better better a landscape than what we inherited. So our mission at the chamber is to aggressively, support businesses out there, but there's a way you can do that. And sometimes, full disclosure, you do get some stiff arm, right? From some businesses out there, but you just got to kind of create the pathway for them to realize that it's for the greater good, and obviously, financially, it benefits them as well. So, do we have any questions so far? Because I've been on for 31 minutes.
No, you. Is that all?
Okay, Callaway.
I
got your middle, Michael Strong.
Anyways, I actually had a question for Judy. I sent it out over the chat, but 8617. You have to excuse my ignorance. I don't know a lot about some of the programs and whatnot. Is that primarily for DACs or disadvantaged communities? Is that primarily where it sits?
So yes, Mike, AB 617 is really focusing on the disadvantaged, underserved communities.
AB, right?
Yep,
I heard
AB. Yeah, Assembly Bill 617.
Yep. I knew that.
There we go.
AB 6. I don't know why. Okay, so you're adding new communities, and okay.
So the communities that are already in the program are in different stages. So obviously the first 5 or so that were designated, they're further along in developing their plan. So, we've been adding communities for the last 3 years. So
Sure.
They're different stages. If you go out and just on our website, just type in AB 617, there's a map that shows all the communities that are currently in the program. And as Frank mentioned, Stockton is one of the communities that has been in the program for quite a while now.
Right.
Yeah. Is everyone familiar with EnviroScreen? EPA's EnviroScreen? No? Check it out if you can. Judy, if you have anything to say about that, it's an excellent tool out there that kind of breaks down all the communities in California and the different levels of, for example, Stockton, we are basically the whole city is a DAC, and we are, and we have asthma issues. And when a lot of these are kind of, they kind of overlap with our 617 community as well, especially down by the Port of Stockton area. Mm-hmm. So with all the trucks and, going by the residential areas and whatnot. So, everything kind of overlaps a little bit as well. So what we try to do, we're an advocate. We're an advocate, not just for the residents, not just for the businesses, but for the community as a whole. And we all are. Hey, thank you, Valerie. So we just got.
That didn't work, by the way, Valerie. The EnviroScreen. I don't know if my sorry, the link she just posted, it did not. My browser or my Bitdefender wouldn't allow it. I don't know if that's just because
404 not found.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm sure Jolene will get it out to everybody.
Sure, yeah. No worries. Sorry for the interruption.
It's all right. The last thing I want to talk about is SB 1383. It's new compost laws that went into effect, which is it tells every jurisdiction out there, you got to not just divert your organics and your green waste, but you have to do something with it. So I want to ensure it's on everyone's radar screen because it impacts everything. It impacts the air quality, right? It impacts the farming. It impacts every resident out there. I from what I remember of working in Modesto back in the day, you guys take all your trash. It usually goes to Crow's Landing, right, to get incinerated. Is that true? So, but green waste is another. It's an issue that we'll all have to work together on and see what we can do to capture and donate organics that can be donated to like the gospel mission with John, and or what kind of scraps and stuff you have to get everything diverted from your waste stream. you have anything on that, Judy, that you want to talk about?
No, other than the fact that 1383 is going to impact everybody and every business.
Mhm.
And a lot of programs rolled out here the 1st of January. A lot of residential programs roll out on July 1st. And this is a program that's really intended to divert food waste from the landfill and reduce methane emissions, since that's one of our short-lived climate pollutants.
Right. See, so you guys know, Judy didn't know that she was going to be part of this presentation today.
No, I had no clue, Frank. Thank you.
But you are ombudsman, and that's what you do. That's how you roll. So, and that's why we love you so much, Judy, and we love to partner with you on all the different projects that we do. So, by the way, that one project we still haven't heard back. Ted and I haven't heard back yet, but
You should soon. They're making the announcement at the February board meeting.
okay, perfect. Thank you. Well, with that, I'm open to any questions y'all may have. Brianna, you've been pretty quiet. You know, I know your boss is going to probably take some of San Joaquin County now, so I guess
Well, we
we're
already
working
have,
well together.
we do have a portion of San Joaquin County already, thankfully.
Right.
But yeah, I did have some questions in regards to, you know, you had mentioned, and I had missed it, unfortunately, but you had mentioned that, I think you said that you have a percentage of businesses that you wanted to be certified that were the BIPOC. Was that
Yes.
what you said?
Yes.
What percentage is that?
60%. Well, our goal is to get 30 green certifications this year, and at least 18 of those are going to be BIPOC. And a lot of those are ironically also going to be in our down by the 617 area, you know, or DAC area of Stockton. I mean, that's our focus.
We have the same goal through the same program, Brianna, but we're much younger on our certification program. So the effort's a little bit, he's got a broader platform built already. So we're working hard to get the net out on that one on our end. Coming slow, but 30 is going to be a lift for us, but we're going to do it.
Absolutely.
You guys can do it.
So feel free to spread that whenever you're talking to people. Give us a call. So I'll touch on the California Green Business Network just a little bit, in that the Modesto Chamber of Commerce has also now been named as the program provider for Stanislaus County. That was falling in line with Frank, what he's doing at Stockton. We have been sister programs, but he's kind of the god and the guru, obviously. And so Modesto Chamber has been just following under his guidance, which we're really thankful for. Modesto Chamber tried to follow that 10, 15 years ago, I suspect. And then we brought it back the last couple of years. We're now doing California Green Business Network certifications, and it's a really fun process to walk through with businesses. Jolene is our lead on that here, and she's become our live and breathe green thinker on everything. She's even found jeans that were certified green. It's hilarious, the stuff she comes up with. So everything can be repurposed or converted into something else, we're finding. So as you're interacting with businesses or entities in the community, whether or not they're a chamber member, we want to walk that walk with them and help them get green certified. That does open up doors for rebates and other program opportunities. Big questions come up. Judy's become a very valued friend of ours. We go to her when we're like stumped on certain things. We go to Frank. And so we're really trying to build the same model here to make the same difference here. At the time we were applying for the first round of this, we were told Stanislaus County was kind of the black hole. They weren't being, that program wasn't being executed here. So we fit a need for them and an opportunity in time that we were ready to take on something new. So any size of business and industry, you could have one person in a home office we've done up through Blue Diamond. Jeff is on here. He's one of the first, he was the first at Salida location, the first one we green certified. So we can do them all. There's a checklist for everybody. And I will share while I'm on here, the Rexpo thing, Frank, we do need to talk about if we are going to, we have a goal together to do one joint event this year. This would probably be a great fit for us. But for the first time, the Modesto Chamber and then twofold California Green Business Network stand. We're representing both at the Central Valley Facilities Expo, March 30th and 31st, right here at the convention center. It's the first time we've stepped into a big arena to table like that, but we're going to run that and just try and spread the word on all the things we're doing on the sustainability front and membership and business support front. So
Perfect.
kind of just an FYI for you on that.
Well, Madam Chair, that concludes my presentation.
Oh, I'll give you 10 seconds. You'll think of something else to talk about.
Well, don't get me going, girl.
So the reason Frank was referring to February 4th, we're both going to the Western Association of Chamber Executives annual conference, which is a really broad range chamber network. There's not a lot of chambers that do the California Green Business Network programming. It tends to be counties developing their own program entities that do it. There's just a handful of chambers that do it. And so we do it a little different. And it's awesome that Frank's now on their board because he'll help advocate for our side of how we need to do it. Being a chamber organization is a little different. So
right.
I'm
Yeah,
thrilled.
usually they're housed in the public works departments or majority of more public works departments. And, so it's our perspective is a little bit more, it's a different perspective in which we approach it.
Yeah. Very business centric. Jolene, anything else on your list that you want to share or address? She's working two systems to make it all work.
Frank, while Jolene's getting stuff up, can you share your contact information?
Sure.
Thank you.
Let me see. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll just give my email and then we'll hook up. That's exciting. I do all the government relations for our chamber too, so.
She doesn't have anything specific to add, so we're good there. Brianna, do you want to give us kind of where things are at with the redistricting? Because that's our first opportunity I've seen you since all of that.
I know. Well, I'll see you tomorrow too at the GRC. But yes, it's been, as you guys know, our current district has been chopped up into 3 different districts. And we are now going to run for the San Joaquin County side of things. It sucks. I'm no longer in the district, so it's been kind of a tough pill to swallow. Luckily, it's not. Luckily, like I said, we already do have the southern portion of San Joaquin County, so we are not heading into unknown waters. But it is going to be pretty sad that we won't have you guys anymore. But we will. We have you for another year, so we're still here. We're still trucking along. We're still working as hard as we can do anything we can for you all. So don't feel like you can't come to us or anything like that. Please continue to utilize us.
For a year is what I heard.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. It happens every 10 years and we happen to be in office during that. And it's just a bummer. So.
Side note, I did have a phone conversation with Beth Mueller a couple of weeks ago, and so your name came up on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you guys are on calls all the time. So.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the county calls. It's going to be an interesting transition, but I'm glad that we still have a whole year, and then you guys are still here and our neighbors, so we can obviously still work together.
Fantastic. One other sort of side note. The Modesto Chamber has had an annual gala, which we've now converted into an annual soiree. We have long represented annual awards to members and community across Citizen of the Year, Distinguished Service, Small Business, Nonprofit, Sustainability is now one of the awards that Jolene and I added last year. Our soiree was earmarked to take place on February 10th at Gallo Center with a new format, but a more formal announcement will be coming out today that we are moving it to March 10th, 4 weeks out. I would love to have representation. If you guys are able to come in person or sponsor, whatever you want to do, Brianna, we'd love to have you guys. But there will be a point we're asking for certificates too. So give you a little heads up on that.
Okay, sounds good. Well, let's connect so we can get all those names and see how our office could be a part of it.
Yeah, Electives was the next list to hit yesterday by Sabrina. I said, wait, just wait on that one. Things are changing. So.
Omicron has been crazy. Hopefully things
has.
start to die down a little bit.
I think buying 4 weeks is going to be a game changer. I think trying to do it in the next 2 or 3, it would have been 3 weeks from today. Now it's 7 weeks from today. So it's a totally different landscape, I anticipate. So
I think so too.
So with that, I will invite each of you, if you'd like to pop on for, we call it infomercials, if you have something you'd like to share from your program or who you work for, what you're doing, just open discussion, feel free to unmute. We're not a huge group, so I won't call you out. You don't have to raise your hand, just unmute and feel free to share.
Well, I'm Michael Strong. I didn't really do much of an introduction earlier, and then I kind of stepped on Frank's foot accidentally. So my apologies.
No. Hey, Michael, I like your type. I like your sense of humor.
So, Green Tech Facility Services, we were created because we had been in the lighting and controls industry for quite some time. And we saw a greater need to achieve net zero carbon reductions. We then moved in a direction that incorporated a wider scope, including clean generation, such as hydrogen, fuel cells, linear generators that work off of multiple fuels, so biogas or hydrogen, or in this case, in some cases, it's called gray hydrogen, where they actually take PG&E or some other source of natural gas, which still leaves a lot of methane and carbon. Unless you have carbon capture, it really is not as effective as we'd like. So, but you'll save the electric vehicle charging. Anyways, you get the picture. So we're very committed to helping in any way we can, whether it's our solutions or other people's. So.
Anyone else?
Sure, I appreciate the opportunity, and I can continue from where I was talking before about CalStar's a nonprofit organization. And part of my role is working with folks in the Valley to be able to help on both the funding side and getting the funding for fleets for businesses. And then also on the TA side, on the technical assistance, because transitioning a fleet from a traditional diesel, whether it's cargo van, truck, retail truck, whatever you want to, really all vehicles, to a zero emission vehicle, there is a transition process there, and we do provide some technical help for that as well. So I could share my LinkedIn, and if anybody would like to reach out, you're welcome to. Thank you.
You guys develop programs and have resources that you have built that would help support businesses in transition to these things, please send them to Jolene or I, and we will promote that to our business community and our members.
Of course, will do. Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you. At some point, Jolene will probably invite you to present as well. Anyone else? Contact info is being dropped in by different participants today, so feel free to check that if you are looking for some.
Yep, I've been taking notes.
Jolene had put hers in as well. She can give you any that you're missing.
Also, Valerie and Trish. I already sent emails off to Frank, Judy, Jolene, Trish, and Valerie, not so much, and Brianna, I have no idea. So I do see Valerie's LinkedIn. Oh, great. Oh, that makes it simple.
Frank, as always, thank you again for your time today. And I'm sorry it was so short notice, but you know, takes a village. We'll keep it going.
Hey, you know what? I did in the undergrad, John can attest to this. In poli sci, I had I had a 25-page paper, and back then, computers were computers, but they're not like today. And I lost it the night before. I was at Stan State in the library, going, "What the?" Right? So I pulled an all-nighter, redid the whole paper, and actually it was better. so it's hey, improvise, adapt, and overcome, right? That's what it's about.
Yeah. Fluidity is all the buzzwords of the last almost 2 years.
Exactly. And I like to thank my co-presenters, Judy and Valerie, for assisting with the presentation today. See, that's what you do. You gotta include people. You gotta just get them into the presentation.
Frank is never passionate about anything.
I know.
All right. Well, with that, unless somebody has something else they'd like to share, we will give you a few minutes back in your day and appreciate you joining us today from wherever you are in the scenario you're in today. So I appreciate all of your time.
Thanks so
Thank you
much
for the opportunity, Trish.
Yeah.
Thanks, Trish. Good to see everyone.
You
Thanks,
too.
Jolene. Good seeing you, John.
Take care.